Now, let's jump into this. For our first card, we have the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands is about being able to handle the adversities and even some hostility. So no matter what life throws your way right now, you are able to defend yourself, and it's not going to be able to bring you down. And you will defend yourself. You'll even defend your friends, your family, even your values and beliefs if you have to. And you see this man's got a cut. It's like he's been through a battle already. And not all battles are physical, so throw that one out there. So, most of the time these are battles of words, obviously. But you guys have probably already had to deal with something similar like this, but you guys are able to stand your ground and remain in control. You've got that inner strength to draw on, and you have the stamina to make it through all of this. Nothing that happens is going to be able to knock you completely down unless you choose to sit down. You know what I mean? So you're standing strong. Okay, for our second card, this is our circumstances. So we have the Knight of Wands. This is very good. This is indicating that there is some very good changes coming. And these changes could be unexpected or sudden. And whatever these changes are, though, they are very positive changes. This could be indicating that perhaps you're about to go on a journey or an adventure, maybe even an unexpected one. Perhaps maybe you're going to be moving. Perhaps there's a opportunity for a new job for you. So whatever this change is, it's a good one. It's great. Okay, this is our focus card, and we have the Page of Wands. So this is about receiving messages. So you may be waiting to hear back. Maybe you're waiting to hear back maybe about some exams, some tests that you've taken. Maybe if you're taking some courses. Very possible. And for some of you, this could be indicating a child in your life. Maybe you have a child that's going to be graduating soon. But this is about a person bringing us messages. This could be like I said, a younger person. That could be your child, but this could be a younger person in general. It could be someone that's younger than you. And it could be male, female, it doesn't matter. But you're receiving messages. Perhaps you're waiting on messages in regards to finances. Now, if you watch my readings, then I clarify. I love details, so yeah, we'll be clarifying. Now, I am pretty positive you guys had this card last month, and I know that it has definitely moved because it was definitely within a future or present energy last month. I'm pretty sure. And now this energy has moved to your recent past. So this definitely indicates that you have gone through a disappointment or a loss of some kind in regards to most likely your love life. But it doesn't necessarily have to be love, but most of the time it is. But not every single Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign is in a relationship. So this can indicate a loss or disappointment with someone that you love. This could be a friend. This could be a child. I mean, this disappointment could come from someone, it would be from someone that you cared about. But this affects you in a very emotional way. It's like things are severed, things are done, things are over, and you have to move forward without this person. But there's hope. Things will get better in the future. So this is the past energy. Now, this is for the present, the here and the now energy. We have the 10 of coins. I'm not liking this vibe at all. We're losing money. It's falling away. So, some of you, I need to throw this out here. Some of you could be involved in a kind of like a lawsuit. And it would be one connected to a will or, even a pension type plan. If this is connected to a will, then this could really be causing a lot of problems within the family. Perhaps the family is fighting with one another about the way in which everything will be divided. Sometimes you can feel like things are, being done in an unfair, unethical way here when it's in the reversed position. So that is possible. Now, it is also about investments. This could be about corporations and businesses. So for some of you that do own businesses, this can indicate not a very good time or not a very good year, or you're experiencing a loss of profits. So really time to rein in that checkbook and be frugal. Really got to be careful because money is running away from you. If you have been considering putting your money into an investment, do not do it. That is my advice. You don't have to take it, but I'm just simply putting that out there. I would not invest in anything right now. If it involves you investing your money, hang on to it. Okay, this is our near future position. We have the 8 of coins. So this definitely indicates that you are perfecting a skill or an ability that you have. And you've done so well with this particular ability or skill that you can actually profit off of it, that you may even get recognition for it. And this can also indicate that you're still continuing to work on perfecting your skill or ability. And sometimes this can indicate that perhaps maybe you might be getting a chance. Yeah. Perhaps maybe you get a chance, maybe you get a job offer in which you can use one of your skills or abilities that you have perfected. Okay. This is the card position of your attitude. Now, the Queen of Swords in the reverse position. She is out of balance when she is reversed. So the emotions are in control. The logic, the reasoning abilities, the analytical abilities, they're taking a backseat to the emotions. And when you are thinking with your emotions, then sometimes you're not going to make the best decisions sometimes. With this type of energy, there can be a tendency to embellish things. You know, maybe make it sound worse than what it is. Gossip can come up here, and don't gossip, okay? That's not good. Gossip is not good. Now, she's not so good at listening in this position. So, she's really good at trying to tell other people what to do, but she is not good at listening. And this can indicate a narrow view, you know, and you're just not seeing things clearly. It's almost like you're looking through rose-colored spectacles. This is how other people see you. Here we have the Judgment in the reverse position. So this is indicating that you are not seeing or hearing the true nature of a certain situation, which definitely resonates quite well with the Queen of Swords in the reverse position. So clearly there's something going on within your lives that is making you guys overly emotional, and you're not seeing things for what they really are. And so your view is just very distorted. I am sorry. Okay, this is the card position of hopes or fears. And I'm going to instantly say that this would be a hope unless you don't like the truth. So, but to me, this is a hope because the Knight of Swords, this is a very fast-moving knight. He doesn't dilly-dally around. You know, he's a mover and a shaker. Yeah. I mean, you'll know this type of energy when it's around you. Typically, it's Gemini type of energy, but, you know, mover and a shaker. And he's all about getting to the truth of the matter out. This is also a card of a need to beware of something lying ahead. Like we need to be paying attention because something's going to happen. Sometimes it can even be an impending trauma. So yes, I'm going to say fear. Now, this is the final outcome card, and here we have the Ace of Wands in the reversed position. So, this indicates that you have gone the wrong way with a new start. Or perhaps you have not taken account for what you're trying to do. You were missing something. Like you didn't sit down and plan well enough for this new start. You just kind of went right in on it. And this can also indicate false starts. You know, sometimes it's just simply saying you need to go back in and you need to revise your plans, you know, and regroup. And then get back out there and try. The Ace of Wands is such a wonderful card. I wish it was upright for you guys. Bottom of the deck, we have Five of Wands. And this is in the reverse position, which is good. So this definitely indicates that you have had to deal with a lot of conflicts, verbal conflicts, lots of arguing. It's like so much arguing that at some point it's like I can't even remember why this fight started. But now that it's in the reverse position, you were able to sit down with the other party, and you guys are able to calmly communicate about it and work things out in a constructive, mature way. And sometimes an opportunity can arise from this. Okay, I'm ready to clarify here. I need more details. Okay, wow. Okay. All right. Bottom of the deck, 2 of Cups, which is our Venus and Cancer card. Okay. I literally paused for a moment so that I could go in and scan through last month's reading for you guys, because I kept sitting here feeling like I swear a lot of these cards came out last month. Granted, that wasn't very long ago because I was delayed because I had been sick. So, yeah, I scanned through it, and you guys are still under this energy. For last month, it was over here in the present situation. And so you guys are definitely right in this right now. We also had this card, which was over here. We also had this one in the upright position over here. And the Queen of Swords reversed was actually over here. So, yeah, it definitely seems like I can see the thread coming through from the last reading to this one, which I like to see because I know I'm on target. I knew that a lot of these cards were looking a bit familiar. I mean, granted, I see the cards all the time, but I try to remember the best I can from reading to reading, which can be pretty hard sometimes. So, I had to stop. But I knew that some of these cards were looking real familiar. Okay. Here we have our 9 of Wands. You're prepared to handle any adversity or potential hostility that comes your way. We clarify, we get the Tower energy again. So you guys are still under the energy of the Tower. And this is very much similar to the planet Pluto, as I believe I mentioned it in the reading last month. So, yes, because transiting Pluto is actually in the opposite sign of Cancer. So that's causing some tensions and some pretty big difficulties for some of you. It really depends on where your sun sign or your moon sign or your rising sign, the degree of it. Because I'm pretty sure at this moment that Pluto is 19 degrees of Capricorn, which is the opposite of Cancer. So it's pretty safe to say that if your sun, moon, or rising sign is 12 degrees and below, you're not feeling the effects of Pluto so much now. It's fading away for right now. It unfortunately with Pluto it comes back as it retrogrades, and then it'll go forward again. And I really just need to start another channel for my astrology. Okay, back to the reading. Now, the Tower. The Tower is very karmic. So it can break down a situation very quickly. And there is a very sudden, unexpected element to the situation that arises. Sometimes it's very shocking. It's like a bolt from the blue. You really were not expecting to get this, blindsided by this, but this is what happens. Now, at first it may seem like it's negative, but the Tower card is a blessing in disguise, because the Tower is breaking down things which were not working for you, that were not providing you any more growth, things that were holding you back. The Tower comes in to remove you from situations that you've been stuck in. Not everybody's stuck in certain situations, but some people are. Some people have a hard time getting out of certain situations for many reasons, but this energy will help you to get out of that situation. But it happens, and it's very surprising, very shocking, very unexpected. A lot of times, you're not even going to be able to guess what it is. Sometimes you will, but a lot of times it's what you don't see coming. It's the unexpected. Expect the unexpected. That's the Tower. But it's going to take something that is not right, and it's going to break it down. So, again, kind of like last month, this could have been breaking down your relationships. This could have been marriage, romantic relationships. This could even be, friendships. This could even be relationships with coworkers, or even someone in your family. But it's a very shocking situation. Very shocking. But there is a purpose to it, because when we remove the old, we can go towards the new. And this card does clear the slate so that you're not dragging this karma around. A lot of times this is indicating a very karmic relationship, and one that's not been doing very well, so the Tower can come in. Excuse me, sorry about that. Okay, so the Tower can come in, and break that relationship down. Or on occasions, the Tower can show one or both people exactly what is being done that's wrong, that needs to be corrected if you want to move together forward. So, but most of the times this can be a separation. But remember, you got the Nine of Wands, so no matter how shocking this situation is, you can handle it. And it doesn't have to necessarily be something bad. I mean, this could also be something good that pops up. It may even feel a bit too good to be true. That'll resonate with a few of you, so. Okay. Now here we had our circumstances card, and we had the Knight of Wands, which is, you definitely have a big change coming, and this will be an unexpected change. So, this change could be very beneficial. Perhaps you find out you got to move. Perhaps maybe you lose a job. but now you're being met with an opportunity to have a new one. You know, this can play out in so many different ways. So we clarify, and we have the Knight of Swords, which we also have right here as well. And again, the Knight of Swords, he's a mover, he's a shaker, but he also wants to inform. He comes through because he has a message, and he is intent on delivering that message. And he is basically saying, keep your head up, stay aware, because you need to be on the lookout for certain situations. So perhaps the Knight of Swords could be saying you need to pay attention for this opportunity. The Knight of Swords could also be coming in and giving you a warning that you need to be careful. You may want to examine, research the opportunity. It never hurts, but you know, I don't want you guys to get stuck and thinking and reflecting on it for too long, because you don't want it to get away. Because you definitely want to be on the lookout for this opportunity. But the Knight of Swords, again, he is like heads up. It's coming. And he is here to forewarn you. And forewarn is forearmed, so you'll be ready. Now, this was our focus card. We had the Page of Wands, so this could potentially be a child in your life, or this could be someone just in general that is younger than you, male, female, doesn't matter. And this card is about receiving messages. Could be messages in regards to exams. Could be about a job, a business opportunity, a project that you've started. We clarify, we get the Seven of Swords, so yeah, I'm not liking this energy either. So the Seven of Swords, let's just throw this out here. Unfaithful, deception. This can indicate that someone is they are keeping the truth from you. So for some of you, perhaps you may have a child at home, and maybe in your gut, you know that something's been off with them. Maybe you suspect they've been lying. Well, they are. You know, there is very unpredictable type of behavior with this card. Yeah, very unpredictable. But there is also an element of, like, I just don't care. Inconsiderate. Yeah. I mean, it's not the great energy. This could also indicate that someone may literally be stealing something away from you. And again, this could be a child. This could be someone that you know that is just simply younger than you. And for a few of you, this may not necessarily be someone that's younger, but it could be someone who acts younger. Hopefully you don't have someone younger trying to steal away or be deceptive about this opportunity. Yeah. For some of you, definitely need to be careful. You don't want someone to deceive you about this opportunity that you have coming. So make sure that these messages that come through, you might want to check the sources and make sure that these messages are actually truthful. Yeah. Because there's the best word to describe this card is sneaky. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. So, if you're not sneaking around, Cancers, then you need to take a look around you and see who is being sneaky. Okay, this was our recent past, or the energy that is passing. We had our Five of Cups. This was our disappointment, our loss of someone we love. We clarify, we get the Knight of Cups in the reverse position. So yes, this is definitely indicating that for most of you, you went through a loss within a personal romantic relationship or marriage. Now, some of you that are not in relationship, in a romantic relationship or marriage, this could also be indicating that perhaps a longtime friend that you've loved, caused you some hurt, disappointment. Maybe they walk away from you and it's made you pretty upset. And this could also be a family member, but it would be someone that you love, that you care about. It's not going to be someone like an acquaintance that you talk to when you see, because that's not going to affect you on an emotional level to that level. So this would be someone that you really, really cared about. Okay, here we had our 10 of coins in the reverse position. This is the card position of the present, the here and the now energy. We clarify, we get the 8, the Strength card. The Strength card is reversed now, so this definitely indicates that fear has taken a hold of you. And perhaps you may be behaving in an odd way. Maybe you're being more passive aggressive, or perhaps some of you are snapping and you're really stressed out, especially in regards to financial matters. But I don't want you guys to let fear. Okay, here's the thing about fear. Fear wants to paralyze you. Fear does not want you to move forward at all. It wants you to stay. So if fear had its way, you would literally be a hamster on a wheel, just running, 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 but you're not making it anywhere. That's what fear does. So don't let fear hold you back. Yes, you may experience some issues in regards to not receiving what is owed to you. Perhaps financial costs in regards to a business have just costed way too much, and that business just is not profitable. It's not showing a profit. This could also be like a pension. This could even be a bonus. This, inheritance, estate, all of that. But, this can also be indicating that perhaps it's unfair in the way in which things happen. Or maybe you think you're going to get more and maybe you don't. But don't let fear take a hold of you. Just because this doesn't work out to the way you wanted, to your best benefit, don't let fear take you and paralyze you, okay? because you have tremendous inner strength here, okay? And I want you guys to hang on to that strength. And this can also indicate that maybe you're trying to prove a point to someone, and you may be doing it in a way that is a bit physical. Like you're coming across too harshly. And see, you can make a point, you can make your point with unconditional love and understanding. You don't have to do it with force. You don't have to verbally force it on someone. You can do so in a calm manner and do it from a place of love. Because if you can do that, if you can come from a place of love and not let your anger and your fear get in the way, then you'll be able to reverse this card by simply saying, okay, I'm not going to overreact. I'm not going to go at them and be verbally aggressive. I'm going to be very calm, and I'm going to explain myself for this situation with love and compassion and understanding. Just don't let that fear get you, okay? It's simply that the only thing to fear is fear itself. And that is the truth. Okay, this was the card of your near future. Here we have the Eight of Coins, and this is where you've taken a skill or an ability. You guys nurtured it. You worked on it. You're perfecting it. You're able to potentially get recognition from it, and you are able to profit from this skill or ability that you have. But we clarify and we get the Lovers in the reverse position. So the Lovers card is always about choices. It's definitely about relationships, but it's about choices as well. So for some of you, you've already gone through some pretty tough times within a relationship. So perhaps maybe instead of focusing on everything that went wrong with the relationship, maybe you can take that energy and invest it in working even harder. Or perhaps maybe you might feel like you have to make a decision. Do I want to have this relationship, or do I want to go after this job where I can use my skills and abilities? Well, if that describes your situation, my advice is go towards the job, because the relationship is out of balance. Something's not right within it. It's not equal. The give and the take are not equal. It's like one side is doing all the work and the other side is not. Not that it is completely hopeless. It's just, it really comes down to both people ready to sit down, address the problems, and communication. But given the feel here, I feel like most of you have already gone through this loss. But I feel that most of you that have already gone through this loss, you're taking this loss and you're saying, hey, I'm going to choose my career and making some money over my love life right now. I need to focus on my finances and not my personal life. But ultimately, this is about choices. Okay, this was the Attitude card. Here we had our Queen of Swords in the reverse position. We clarify we get the King of Cups in the reverse position, which I know he came out last month. So, yes, you guys are very emotional. Emotions are out of balance. You're thinking more with your emotions than you are with your intellect. And this is causing a bit of problems for you. You got to get outside of your emotions, outside of your head. And I know that can be hard. It's easier said than done, obviously. But, you know, Cancers do have a tendency to hang on to things. And you want to try to let it go so that you can get yourself balanced. And again, like I said, I know it's easier said than done. I'm Cancer rising, so I completely understand. But at this time, I mean, you guys just seem to be very, very emotional. And I'm sure some of you absolutely have every reason to be emotional. I mean, but you don't want to get stuck in this place, because if you're constantly focusing on your emotions, you may miss the opportunity. You know, so that's why we got this King of Swords coming in, because he's saying, hey, you need to come up out of your introspection and self-reflection and focusing on everything that went wrong, because we don't want to miss this opportunity. And not only that, you know, the more that we're stuck in our emotions, the more that they can actually become kind of negative, you know? Yeah. Because, you know, can embellish here, you can manipulate here. And that's just not what we want to do. Come on. This too shall pass. And just look at it like this. Whomever you lost, excuse me, whoever you lost, I mean, when I see the Tower card, they've been removed for a reason. Even though you may not be able to understand why, there's always a higher purpose. You just gotta trust that everything happened for a reason. And trust that things are going to get better, because they will. Okay, this was the card of how other people see you. We have the Judgment card. This is not seeing or hearing the true nature of a situation. And we clarify, and we get the Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands is an opportunity. This is also about a partnership. Hello. Now, if you're too emotional and you're not able to think with your intellect, and you're too emotional and you're letting your emotions think for you, then you may not see the true nature of this opportunity that's coming your way. And it's a good opportunity. It's a good opportunity. But I don't want you guys to get stuck on self-reflecting, because I don't want you to miss out on this opportunity, okay? It's important. You guys got to be paying attention. But, you know, for some of you, maybe some of you are ready to jump on this opportunity. And maybe some of you need to look further into this person, because a lot of times with this opportunity, someone will be offering you help. Someone may want to be a partner with you, and you might want to do your research on the partner or even on the company. This is also about traveling. Could be traveling for work or a project here. But maybe you need to research it. Make sure everything's legit. Make sure if someone wants to take you on as a partner, or, wants to come on as your partner in regards to, a business project or something, or job, this can be many different things. But, be careful. Definitely research them. Do a background check if you have to. And then that can maybe calm the fears down. Now, this was hopes or fears, and like I was saying, I would think that this would be more of a hope, because we want to get the truth of the matter out. I mean, I don't want to be lied to, so give me the truth. I'd rather deal with the truth than I can deal with it easier and quicker, and it's a lot more hurtful when you find out through other sources. So we clarify, and we get the 6 of coins in the reverse position. So the Knight of Swords is always about getting to the truth of a situation. The Knight of Swords is also saying, hey, heads up, you need to be paying attention. And this card right here is indicating that maybe you were waiting to get an inheritance. Maybe you were waiting to get an inheritance, or a bonus, or a loan. And it's not as big as you thought it would be, or things are handled unfairly. Or sometimes you may receive something, but it's got strings attached. So yeah, this seems like a fear to me. Fear. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's safe to say it's a fear, but it could also be taking place for some of you. So yeah, very possible. Okay, final outcome card, we had our Ace of Wands. So this is, you've started something, you went in a new direction, whether you started a new job, or maybe you tried starting a new business, maybe you're starting a new project, maybe you're just deciding, I'm going to go off in a whole new direction. And with it in the reverse position, can indicate false starts. It can indicate that perhaps we need to revise things because we just jumped right into this new direction, this new change, this new opportunity, and we missed some vital details. So for some, you may need to go in and reevaluate your plans to see if you can salvage what you started. Now we clarify, and we get the Fool in the reverse position. So the Fool in the reverse position, the Fool is taken off in a new direction, but they're encountering many obstacles and sometimes self-made problems. You don't want to make any foolish, impulsive, rash, hasty type of decisions. You want to be careful of what may fly out of your mouth. You want to think before you speak. Yes, yes, yes. You need to be careful because there is an element of recklessness. Maybe even reckless, foolish type of decisions where you just didn't think it out or you didn't consider the other people involved. And I also got to mention, that you could be on the receiving end or the giving end of this. It can go either way. But yes, you want to be careful. You don't want to make any decisions that are not thought out. You want this change, you want this new direction, but things need to be thought out. You don't just want to jump without thinking. And we need to be thinking with our intellect and not our emotions. Because, especially when our emotions are messed up, they can lead us down the wrong path sometimes. You're not thinking clearly. But that's not to say that everything will be lost. Because some of you may listen to my reading and be like, okay, so I need to slow down, think things through, still embrace this change with like childlike wonder and joy. But I need to be careful that I don't make foolish, rash decisions. I don't want to make decisions that are inconsiderate. I need to think of others before I make the decision. And this card can be turned around. And then this will bring it back. So, not all hope is lost, okay? It's all in how we handle the situation. So, there is still time to go in and modify, review whatever you started and look to see, are you missing something? Is there something you overlooked that, when you started this? You can fix it. Just, don't be foolish, okay? Don't make impulsive, hasty decisions, And as I like to try to remind people, take what resonates with you and leave the rest, okay? Bottom of the deck, we've got 2 of Cups, so it feels that you guys are definitely focused on love. And you may even have someone come your way. But overall, most of you, this is what you desire, is you're ready for someone to come in to your love life. Or you desire for someone that you already love to have a harmonious partnership with you. Because this is all about, love and harmony. It's about giving and taking and being equal. So, you guys are definitely wanting love. Pure love, true love. Okay, now I have your love oracle cards. I'm not going to clarify this month, but we've still pulled some, and the first one we have is engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. And you'll know which one resonates with you and which ones don't. So, finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Well, I'm going to say that seems very, very possible. This could be the one. Hey! This could be the one. You already met the romantic partner you seek. And separation time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So, like I said, you'll know which ones resonate with you and which ones don't.
February 25th. And the moon moves into Mars's home sign of Aries this morning at 10:47 a.m. Pacific time. And we also have Mercury sextiling Mars today. So it is a Mars day, which means let's take action. And we are fired up with this fire energy. The moon joins Venus, also in Aries. So it is about some independence. It's about focusing on the self and finding happiness and joy and fun and excitement with Aries. We want to get lit up. So what are you feeling passionate about? And then the Sun and Mercury come together today. Well, Mercury steps back to meet the Sun moving forward. And that's tonight at 5:44 p.m. Pacific time. This is Mercury retrograde. From our perspective, moving backwards and stepping into the heart of the Sun tonight. That's tonight, 5:45 p.m. So we are getting some messages from the Sun in this very backwards, beautiful, underwater Piscean manner. So listen in tonight. And we can really communicate about it and take action about it as Mercury is sextiling Mars. So we can communicate and move, take action with these messages that we are getting from the heart of the Sun today. And the Sun is our soul. Mercury is our mind. So our mind is communing with our soul today. In Pisces, underwater sensitivity, psychic emotions and feelings, and Mercury's retrograde in this heart of the Sun. So the messages are hidden, and they're hidden in our feelings and in our intuition. And so let's dive deep into the feelings, even though we're excited with all of this action and fire today. So we can really get a lot done with this energy. Mars sign today, Mars energy today. We want to move. We want to move our bodies and really think about your head today. Our heads are more sensitive. Let's do some head massages for Aries moon and Venus in Aries too. Take care of your head. We're all head first and headstrong with Aries moon. And excited and lit up. And we're on our third day of this Pisces new moon cycle with all of this excitement and messages from our soul today. And we are taking action from these messages from our soul today. What a beautiful, magical day. And we're building. So we are building with these incredible messages from our soul. So listen in today. Listen in, especially around 5:45 p.m. Did I say that enough? So Mercury is on. Mercury is close to us and the Sun is coming together. So there's a lot of Mercury energy. And we're just having to close our eyes and follow in this new direction that is not logic and reason, and swim underwater and listen as we're swimming underwater. Listen to these beautiful messages. So that's really coming for you, airs or water signs and earth signs, these messages. And then the fire and air signs, you guys are getting excited today and really wanting to take action. Okay, have a beautiful day, friends. I'm excited. Let's do it. That's Aries' motto, and we've got Moon and Venus in Aries today, so let's do it. Okay, I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye.